I'm Danny from Factor Electronics. Thanks for joining us today. Today I'd like to introduce you to the Factor V1250 multi-channel amplifier. This is 12 mono amplifiers or 6 stereo amplifiers in a rugged 3U chassis, and it provides audiophile quality sound. The V1250 provides a very thick anodized aluminum front panel. You'll notice that there's a main master power switch and there's 12 green LEDs. The LEDs of course light up when an input signal is present at the back of the amplifier, but also this amplifier has some smart power saving technology built in. If an amplifier is not in use, it will automatically power down and leave the other amplifiers turned on. So for instance, I could have zones 1, 2, 3, and 4 on and the remaining zones off, and the zones that are not seeing an input signal will automatically shut down. This saves power. When the amp is not in use, when all the input signals are not turned on, the amp will automatically go into a sleep mode and it draws almost zero AC from the wall when it's in standby mode. Okay, so let's take a look at the back panel of the V1250. The first thing you'll notice along the top is there's RCA, gold-plated RCA inputs. These are local inputs for each amplifier. As you can see, there's 6 pairs of inputs, so each amplifier can have its individual and own unique input. There's also a bus input, so there's a stereo bus input, and when we say bus input, this input can be bused to any or all of the input channels. The next thing you'll notice on the far right hand side of the amplifier is there's also a mirrored set of outputs. So if I connect something to the bus input, I can also use the bus output to daisy chain to additional amplifiers. The V1250 is a very versatile amplifier. Input signals can be sent from the local input or from the bus. You can send mono signals and use 12 mono channels. You can send stereo signals and use 6 stereo channels, or you can split it up in any combination. So this amp is very versatile. It can be used in homes for multi-room sound. It can be used in a restaurant, a bar, or any commercial application where you want really high quality sound. These are 4 ohm stable amplifiers. The V1250 also offers a back panel volume control for each amplifier individually, so you can set up volume controls that you do not want the amplifier to exceed. For instance, if one of your channels was going to washroom speakers in a restaurant, you could turn those down, and then the channels that are feeding the main area of the restaurant could be turned up. The V1250 also offers a selector switch for each pair of amplifiers that can be switched to bridge mono mode, doubling the power. So let's talk about the power delivery of this amplifier. Each speaker receives 50 watts RMS, root mean square. That's not peak power, that's RMS power. 100 watts peak power per speaker. So that's 100 watts RMS per zone, 200 watts peak power per zone if you're using it in stereo mode. V1250 also offers heavy-duty 5-way binding posts for your speaker connections on every single output. Now, let's pop the top and take a look inside the V1250. The V1250 is a very well-made amplifier. You'll see in the front that we have 2 heavy-duty toroidal power supplies providing power to the amplifiers. Each amplifier has its own individual card slot and its own individual heat sink. There's many different ways the V1250 can be wired. Obviously, you're going to wire your speaker runs to the speaker terminals. Now, the V1250 is 4 ohm stable, so you could theoretically wire 2 speakers to each terminal. The V1250 could power up to 24 speakers in a straight parallel wiring scheme. So you would have 2 speakers on the left, 2 speakers on the right, and so on and so forth for stereo zones. So 24 speakers is a lot of speakers. That could do a very large home. And controlling the volume is really simple. You could use a VC150 slider volume control. So in each room where you wanted to control the volume, you would take your speaker wires from here, you would wire to a single gang box, install the VC150 volume control, and then up to your speakers. So this is going to give you volume control locally in the rooms. Another way that you can wire up the V1250 is you can use the M20 or the M30 Wi-Fi streamers. Now each Wi-Fi streamer could be connected to a stereo pair of channels. Theoretically, you could have 6 independent Wi-Fi streams going into this amplifier, and that can all be controlled from an app from your phone. You never need to even get up off your chair. And this could be used in a restaurant or a bar or something like that as well, where you could take an M20, connect it to the bus inputs. The bus inputs could then be connected to as many of the zone inputs as you want. You could then even have other music sources going into other zones, and again, you can control it all from a smartphone. The V1250 is convection cooled, so there's no internal fan to make noise in your environment. The V1250 also comes with a 3-year warranty, and that includes parts and labor. This is a very reliable amplifier, and it should give you many, many years of enjoyment. Thanks a lot for joining us today, and for more information on our products, please visit us at www.factorelectronics.com.